Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Danielle Mignone with Local Life Realty Dallas. If you like my content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Today I'm going to be taking you on a day in the life of a Dallas Realtor, and today I'm actually hosting an open house. You can see I have my signs in the back. The open house is in Munger Place, which is just blocks away from the historic Swiss Avenue. It's a short bike ride or Uber away from Uptown, the West Village, Lakewood, and Lower Greenville. So stay tuned to see the tour and to see how I set up for the open house. So the first thing I do is I put an open house sign in front of the house. Just stick it right in. Okay, sign number 1 is up. So the next thing we're gonna do is just drive around the neighborhood and put out some signs. You wanna put signs towards main roads so that people driving on the main road can see that there is an open house. And make sure your signs have arrows so you can point towards the house. So let's go put out our second sign. This is a small little baby sign that we'll just put out on the main road. Then we have our branded signs, which we'll put on this side maybe. Okay, I just snapped my sign stake. Make sure you get good stakes for your signs, because otherwise it ain't good. Y'all, putting up open house signs is not for the weak. I am literally breaking a sweat because it's 95 degrees out, but we have all our signs up. And now I'm gonna just drive through Swiss Ave because it is literally 1 block away from this home. And Swiss Ave is just such a historic street in Dallas, and it's beautiful. So I just have to show y'all. Okay, now that the signs are up, let's go set up the interior for our open house. Okay, so once you're inside, first thing you're gonna wanna do is just turn on all the lights. And I was here yesterday, so you'd think that I'd have a clue what light switches turn on what lights, but I have no idea. So just turn them all on. Flick every switch. At some point, a light is bound to turn on. So let me just turn on all the lights and then I will show you all my setup. Little pro tip, make sure the shower curtains are closed and the toilet seats are closed. When I got here yesterday to come tour, the toilet seats were wide open. So I shut them for them because nobody likes an open toilet seat, right? So anyways, back to turning on all the lights. Okay, so once all the lights are on, I usually set up my laptop. So let's just get that set up. And I always have a sign-in sheet on my laptop. So people just sign in automatically on my computer and it syncs right to my CRM. And then of course, business cards, a speaker, business card holder. I always keep a lockbox in here, and a phone charger and a computer charger. And then I just hide my stuff. So I find like an empty cabinet or an empty closet and I just put my stuff in there so that it's hidden away, it's not in the way, and no one can take anything. So I'll show you all my setup when I'm done. I normally set up in the kitchen. In this house, the kitchen is in the back of the house. So when people are walking in, they actually have a Simply Safe so I can hear when the door chimes. So I know when people are walking in, so I can just walk out and greet them and say, hi, I'm Danielle, blah, blah, blah. And then I just tell them I'm in the kitchen. Would love for you to sign in when you have a moment. Let me know if you have any questions. And then when they're in the kitchen signing in, I try to just make small talk. You know, do you live in the area? What are you looking for? Just kind of questions like that if they're working with an agent. So anyways, let's go check out my setup. Okay, so this is my setup in the kitchen. This is my sign-in sheet, which I just have on my computer so that it links directly to my CRM. And then in another tab, I have open the listing and then the documents. So lead-based paint, seller disclosure, survey, upgrades, any questions that someone might have that I might not know the answer to because I'm not the listing agent. It's right here and I can easily get them an answer. Then of course I have my business cards, which forever obsessed with. I got white for this last order. And then of course a speaker. I'm always playing calming music. I just type in Apple Music, calming, like anxiety reducing music, just instrumental, and I just let it play. So when people aren't here, I am doing what I'm doing now. I'm doing a vlog, I'm doing videos, I'm making content for Instagram, TikTok, all sorts of platforms so that I have constant content. And so that it's not just like a wash of a day. I'm not just sitting here at this house if nobody comes. At least I'm doing things that will further my business. Something else that I like to do when I'm hosting an open house, after I put up all my signs, I park, I get kind of situated, I like to grab a handful of my business cards and I walk to some of the neighbors' homes, knock on the door and I say, hey, my name is Danielle Mignone. I'm an agent with Local Life Realty. I'm hosting, you know, the house next door or across the street open today. And so I just like to be courteous to the neighbors. So if anybody parks and they're blocking you in or, you know, any craziness is going on, feel free to give me a call, and then I'm handing them my business card. And they're usually like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Or I say, you know, if you want to come stop by, feel free to come take a look. So it just gives people your business card, number one, and it shows that you're an active agent in their area. And while they're probably going to throw your card out in the next 30 minutes or so, at least you got your name out there and your brand out there. So just a little tip. Another little tip that I have that I learned from a Facebook group, I believe, is to hide a knife block. So the knife block was sitting right here on the counter. And for safety reasons, I don't want that sitting out when random people are walking in here. So I just hid it in a cabinet with my stuff, and I will put it back where I found it when the open house is over and there's nobody in the house and I am safe. Okay, so my open house is just about over. The last people just left and I ended up extending it and stayed an hour after I should have because people just kept kind of trickling in, and sometimes you have to do that. So anyways, to close up, just make sure you shut off all the lights and you basically put everything back where it was. So for me, I ended up moving, like I told y'all, moving their knife block. So I took it out of the closet that it was in and I put it back on the counter where it was. And now I'm just shutting lights, shutting doors, and making sure, oopsie, everything is back in its place. Locking the back door, and then collect all your signs, and that's it. And then you have successfully hosted an open house. Okay, now that the open house is over, we go pick up all our signs. So try to remember where you put your signs. Sometimes I honestly forget. And I just drive around the block until I know where I put them. But I happen to have every spot that I put a sign out literally on video today, so that makes it easy. And yeah, just try to remember, that's all. Or count the amount of signs that you put out. And then when you pick them up, count them, you know. I have like 3 more out that I need to go pick up. So here we go. Okay, so just one final word about hosting open houses. There will be times where you host an open house and nobody will come through that door, or one person will come through that door, or you'll host an open house that is wildly successful, where there's 10, 12, 20 people who come through the door. For me today, I had about 7 or 8 people come. None of them were represented. And I captured all of their emails and phone numbers except one person, because she was like, oh, I'm here for my daughter. I don't want any marketing stuff. So I gave her my business card. But every open house is different. It depends on how long the house has been on the market, how much marketing you do for it, the price point, the location. There's a lot of things that go into hosting a successful open house. And so I've kind of figured it out where, you know, last weekend I actually hosted an open house literally right here, and I had 0 people come. But today I was 2 minutes down the road at a different price point, and I had a ton of people come. So don't get discouraged if nobody comes. Sometimes you just have to tweak things, and maybe you'll just have to try a different price point in a different location in order to get a lot of people in. So anyways, that's all I got on open houses. And now, because I'm doing a day in the life vlog, I actually have nothing else real estate related right now. I did reach out to everybody who came to my open house, and I thanked them for coming. I sent them a list of similar homes in the same area and the same price point, and just waiting to hear back if anybody wants to see anything. I will also reach out to all of them via text and just thank them for coming, let them know that I am here to help, and if they want to tour anything, that I am more than happy. So that's all. Bye.